We didn't play well enough to win. We got beat in every single phase of the game today. And I can't emphasize enough the word we. And we didn't coach well enough. We didn't play well enough. And, it's a good football team. But we didn't play anywhere near well enough to win this game. Not really in any phase. So that's on me. And I've got to find a way to get us to play better on Saturdays. So it's my job. Questions?
What went into the decision to bring Clark into the game?
I just thought that at that point, Hayden had been fighting and doing a lot of things. He'd taken quite a few hits and things like that, and I thought that Clark had practiced well during the week and deserved an opportunity, so it was a little bit of both. Listen, nobody prepares harder, nobody competes more than Hayden. But I just thought in that moment that it was the right time to, see what Brennan could do under some live bullets.
Do you plan on him getting first-team reps in practice and maybe starting next week?
I plan on evaluating the tape and on every position on our team and seeing who needs to be our starters.
I'm sure you're asked all the time, what happened since the Coastal game? What do you say? Because this looks like a different team now.
Yeah. I think that what's happened is in the Coastal game, we had some things go right for us early in the game. And those things allowed us to play with momentum, which I hate and don't believe in, but obviously it has affected our team. And for me to say that it hasn't that's just naive at this point, and stubborn. So I think that we had some things go right for us in that game that we created. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it was luck or anything. I think it was we created those things, but they went right for us, and then we believed a little bit more. We as a team, coaches, players, everybody. Unfortunately, right now we're in a position where we wait until good things happen instead of creating those good things. So I would think that's it's one of our main issues right now.
Coach, was there anything in practice that led you to believe that a performance like this could be coming? Did anything just not go right?
I don't know if there was anything in practice necessarily that led me to believe this. Do I think we need to practice better? Yeah, I do. But I it'd be disingenuous of me if I said that this week's practice was, that much worse that would have led me to believe that we were going to play the way we did. So that's not true, but I still firmly believe that we need to practice better, which I've voiced. But again, I instead of just asking for it, I need to find a way to make sure that happens. Right? That's my job.
10 quarters without a touchdown. How do you explain the woes in the red zone there, and how do you correct that?
Well, again, I've mentioned this before. The windows are tighter. If you look at what we did today, is we threw the ball slightly behind two receivers in the red zone when they were open. Did those receivers have an opportunity to maybe fight and catch it? Possibly, but the defender ripped it away from us on both occasions. But the details in the red zone are so much. They're accentuated more, right? And you've got to, because there's not enough space, the defender doesn't need to be worried about getting beat down the field. Usually they're worried about getting stretched out horizontally and vertically. In the red zone, they don't really have to worry about the vertical portion of it as much. So they are able to play with a little bit tighter technique and in terms of everything. Everyone's a little bit tighter. The safeties are a little bit tighter. The linebackers can play a little bit more downhill and things like that. And we're not executing with a precise enough level in order to give ourselves a chance to score touchdowns right now.
I've asked you about bowl eligibility 50 times this
Mhm.
year, and you always give the same answer. Is the 1-0 thing actually helpful now? Not that it wasn't before, but now that they can't look ahead to anything. They've just got to play for this week. Does it help that they've already been doing that?
Well, while I believe the vast majority of our football team has been operating under the premise of 1-0, I'm sure there are some guys who aren't. And it'll be interesting to see if those guys who weren't operating under the premise of 1-0, very bluntly, their true colors will show. Was the possibility of a bowl game their only motivation, or was it performing well for yourself and for the people in the organization each and every game? You know what I mean? So I think that won't be hard to see now. You know what I'm trying to say? So I still think I think that 1-0 is obviously important and a key thing, whether you're on a 5-game winning streak or whether you're playing, you're not playing your best football. So either way, I think it's an important thing.
Ricky, what can you share with us that you told the players after the game?
I told them that they need to fight. I told them that life is hard. You're not going to get what you want all the time, you know. And basically, they get to make a personal decision right now. Are they going to pack it in because they don't have an opportunity at a bowl game, or are they going to fight for each other and fight for the personal satisfaction of playing well and doing your job? Do I believe that we have some guys on our team that you know may either overtly or slyly pack it in? Yeah, but I want you to know that that's every team in America, right? That's the teams that go 17-0 too. There's some guys who kind of pack it in without anybody knowing, you know. I think the vast majority, and by vast majority, I think above 90%, maybe or probably higher, of our team will be there tomorrow with their jaws set that they're going to fight. And I told them that, you know, fighting in these opportunities is that's what life is about. You know, you're not always fighting for this. You know, when you wake up to go to work every day, you don't automatically get rewarded. Yes, you get a paycheck, but there's not a reward at the end of every single day. You know, and there's some years, shoot, there you were a newspaper man. Probably wasn't hard to see there was no reward for a while when that business starts to go downhill. The personal reward is writing a great story and doing your job to the best of your ability, you know? So I think that that's the thing that right now they get to teach. I actually think it's a great gift that, you know, they know exactly how many opportunities they have left. And some of the seniors who will not get the opportunity to play professional football know exactly how many opportunities they have left. And, you know, I think that can be freeing in some respects.
What can you say about a guy like Stephen Williams, who started here as he was a 17-year-old starting quarterback, and to kind of change positions and stick through it, and he had the big interception, he had a big play today. Just the things that he's kind of contributed to the team, the wild journey he's had.
Yeah, no, I think he has. He's had an interesting journey, you know, going from quarterback to wide receiver to, you know, linebacker and those sort of things. I think he's a guy who I has provided a good energy for the team and things like that. And it was nice to see him, on his last game at SB Ballard Stadium. It was nice to see him be rewarded. His stick-to-itiveness and everything be rewarded.
You got a number of your better players like Blake Watson and Saldivari and Jennings, I think, honored with the seniors before the game. Is there anything to be read into that?
Well, I mean, I said this on my radio show. I mean, every single person who walked with the seniors today either will graduate in the spring or has graduated. So I think that there's some things, it's different. I mean, we're talking about these classes that these kids have next to their name on the program are.
Don't mean they used to.
No, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, except for the people who've come in the last 2 years, the rest of them those are fake. And because you're looking at guys who, I mean, out of our seniors today, I mean, we basically had 2 classes today, right? We had a 5th-year class and a 6th-year class. We didn't even have any 4th-year players, guys. Or we had like 1. So, I mean, that's the thing that I think is so unusual about this is like we're sitting there. I think we had 1 or 2 4th-year guys, and those guys were some walk-on guys for us who played really, really good football for us, but realized that they've got some other things they need to go pursue in life now. So I just think that it's kind of crazy. I anticipated some of this, a lot of it, and some guys have got some opportunities to do other things in their lives, and I'm not going to fault them since they have a college degree, which is ultimately what this thing is supposed to be about.
There was a report that Jennings is done and will have to get surgery. Is that true?
He will get surgery earliest next week, and yep, he will be done. So really appreciated his leadership this week. Really appreciated everything he's done throughout this year. But particularly this week, I thought he did a nice job as a leader, trying to get the young guys ready to go. Even during the game, talking them through it and those sort of things.
Coach was saying that this is sort of an opportunity for him to find out who really is playing for the organization and playing for everyone around him and who's playing for a postseason bid. How do you guys look at this? You're not going to a bowl game, but you have 2 games left.
Just gotta keep working, keep grinding, and play every team like we have some. Like we are going to postseason. We gotta play every team like it's our last. You know what I mean?
Jason, Coach said that his message to you guys was to fight. What does that mean to you guys?
No matter the outcome of the end of the season, postseason and stuff, the message to fight is, you have to come in every single day and give 100%. No matter what the situation is, no matter what's going on inside, outside of your life, you have to come into that facility, that football field, and clear your mind, and you just have to fight. You just got to keep swinging. Our strength coach emphasizes, keep swinging. Because if you keep swinging, there's only good things that can happen. Because if you never give up, you'll never be considered a loser or anything like that. So as long as we keep fighting, we keep swinging, good things are bound to happen for us, and that's what the message to keep fighting is.
I asked Coach this question. I'd love to get both your opinions on it. Put simply, what's happened since the Coastal Carolina game? You guys looked so good that day. What's gone wrong?
Just execution.
I agree.
Anything else for these guys?
Blake, your thoughts on the quarterback change? What does Brendan bring to the table?
Brendan's a great player. I mean, we all trust Brendan, and we trust the coaches. I mean, the coaches made the decision, and we put trust into the coaches.
Jason, now Sun Belt's single season record. I know that's a tough thing to think about right now after a loss, but it's a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very thankful for it. I'm grateful that I was able to do that, but I have bigger things that I'm worried about right now than any of my own accolades. Although I'm grateful for them, I have a lot more that I have to look forward to and work on.
What What's going to motivate you guys over the next 2 games?
It's got to be internal. There can't be anything outside that motivates you or anything like that. We as a team, coaches, players, everything, we got to motivate each other, and it's got to come within. You know, that's the only true motivation that's going to allow us to keep fighting every single day and go 1-0 and make something good out of the rest of the season we have.
One more. Does the 1-0 approach help in this situation where certainly you're not thinking about a postseason game now?
Yeah, definitely. We just gotta take one day at a time and just keep on grinding, keep going 1-0.